What is up, everybody? We're coming to you on a fairly crisp Tuesday evening, fresh off of a good denim day. Uh,
Absolutely.
joined by Steve-O. How are you, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Hold on. I got a phone call. The denim's
Oh,
calling me.
oh,
Look at
oh, those are
that.
sick. Those are sick.
Yeah. Had to get him. David and I waited in line. We got there at 12:45 for the pop-up that was open at 2. And there were probably like 150 people in front of us. So BBN came out
Oh yeah, I mean,
to
you sent
support.
me you sent me pictures of those lines. I saw other pictures on X, and it's like, man, they turned out like it was insane.
They did. We saw the line, and he was like, I think we made a mistake. There's a lot of people here. And I said, well, you make the call. Do you want to stay or not? He said, I don't care. I said, who cares? It's a fan experience. Let's just do it. And
Right?
luckily, we were bundled up enough. The guy we were not with wasn't, but we talked his head off to keep him sane. But it was cool. It was awesome. The Tennessee bus even went by, and we all thought about picking up ice and throwing at it, but it drove by too fast. So,
Right. How I just noticed the Gator hater shirt.
yeah, Gator Hate Week.
Good week to wear that.
Absolutely.
Um, how many times did you plug the podcast in line?
Oh yeah, a couple times. A couple of guys that were talking around us, I did. A lot of people were just kind of sitting there shivering. I don't think they expected to be sitting outside as long as we did. So
Right.
they didn't prepare. David and I did, luckily. But shout out to the guy that got there first, though, because he came out with shoes first. I'm assuming he got there first. He said he was there at 6:30 a.m. for a 2 o'clock pop up. So
My God.
yeah.
Back to
Uh,
to the days when we used to camp out for Xbox games. You remember that?
oh yeah, exactly. We just whatever we could. Oh yeah, shout out all the old Xbox games. Those were fun. So
Oh, Halo drops at midnight, bro. You trying to go camp at GameStop?
yeah, GameStop, EB Games, whatever's closest in your area. Yeah. So
Did David get a pair too?
he did, yeah. So the pop up, you only got shoes, and then you got this little Booker Denim poster with it right here. It's got
Okay,
and then I got this Booker diary back here. So pretty dope, pretty dope.
that's nice. Well,
Yeah, and had a bunch of crazy UK fans in there ready to go insane at Rupp that night. We weren't there, but from what we saw on TV, it looked awesome.
it was an environment, buddy. But while
Yeah.
we're on the denim thing, unfortunately, I didn't get any of that denim,
Mm-hmm.
but I won some denim in a
Okay.
giveaway.
I saw that on Twitter. Yeah.
So I've got might be a cardinal sin. I don't know, but I got to give a shout out to Big Blue Rando on X.
It is never a
Um,
cardinal sin when you shout out any UK people because we're all UK fans.
True, but I won um, one of their podcast shirts, but it's got their denim logo on it. So
Okay.
I got a little bit of denim gear as well. Got lucky.
Tis the season to be denim. The jerseys look sick too. They played well in them, so maybe they come out every big game. I don't know.
Right, right. And man, Rand, I tell you what, that Rando dude, man, he's been on a heater.
Yes,
He
he
got to
has.
interview Pat McAfee last week.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl. I saw that.
So cheers to you, Rando, and Heavy Pour Sports.
Yeah. Cheers to shout out to anyone that's willing to let us win contests and free things on X. We shout out to them.
Right. Well, what'd you think about the denim dominance?
This is awesome. It was beating Tennessee twice is awesome, and we got that feeling last year, and for some reason it feels even better this year. Um,
Although I wouldn't label it as dominance. We had to
no,
do it again.
it was like the first game, just uh, I
3 points
think
less.
yeah, exactly. It was very similar to the first game. Tennessee just had a little more juice this game because Nate Ament had a little more juice this game. So
Oh yeah, Nate Ament went nuts. I mean,
Absolutely.
got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
Uh,
he went off in the first half, and then Gillespie
yeah.
had a pretty good first half. We said that the last pregame before both games that those are pretty much their mainly their only two scores, and then the second half, I don't know if you noticed the adjustment. Owe on Gillespie, and then
Yep.
Chandler on Amen, and that made a huge difference.
Who, if I would have looked at you 6 weeks ago and told you in our second matchup against Tennessee, you were going to see Colin Chandler, I wouldn't say shut down, but contain Nate Ament on defense, how hard would you have laughed?
I I wouldn't have laughed, but I would have been like, did he get in foul trouble and not played a lot? Like I would have thought something like that would happen.
But no.
No, he didn't. He played most of the game.
I mean, 6 weeks ago we were talking about why is Colin Chandler on the court? He can't guard a traffic cone, this, that, and the other. And now he's locking down future lottery picks.
Right? Life hits you fast in college basketball. I remember there was a rumor during that time he was struggling that he was sick, and we know that's here or there with college kids. But he did well. He did have the flu game Mormon. We know he was sick for that one, and he had a hell of a game that
Yep. They,
game.
these last 3 weeks from Colin Chandler have just been out of this world. And
When he caught that, go ahead.
shout out to him. His Twitter or TikTok handle, Colin from Mars. He's playing like he's from Mars.
Absolutely shooting moon balls. But when Owe made that insane pass to him on the baseline, how confident were you Chandler was hitting that?
100%.
Me too. I wasn't even worried. I was like, oh shit, he's open.
Yeah, no, literally. Well, I won't say I stood up off of my couch because I stood for probably the last 7 minutes of that game.
Yeah, but it's like if you were in the arena, you stood up like in your head.
Right. But literally, as soon as he caught that ball, I'm in my living room yelling, "Splash!"
Yeah,
Like that's a money ball.
his shot's so pure, so pure. When it goes out of his hand, it's just like, oh, that's going in or it's rimming out.
Right. But I'm more impressed with his defensive effort these
This
last
whole
three
team,
weeks.
hey man, this whole team, other than the Vanderbilt game, has been great on defense since SEC play started. I know Alabama got them a little bit, but Alabama, that's here or there. We'll get to them later.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
issues, but
they
yeah,
are on the hot seat right now.
absolutely. But they all played great. Moreno played great. Diabate's filling the right role now. I heard. I didn't get to listen to KSR today, but I listened to Matt Jones' interview with Phil 68.
Bill 68. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna bring that up.
I listened. I love Hilda 68. I mean, I'll give them a free shout out. I don't care. They're probably my favorite to listen to after college basketball weekends. Anyways, uh, they I think he brought up that Diabate wasn't a good fit for Pope, and I agree that he's not. But he's found a way to make minutes on this team, and so is Brandon Garrison.
Yep, both of them. They play very similar. Uh, solid around the rim, great rebounder, great defender. But how many times have we heard Mark Pope say, "I want to be 5 in, 5 out, 5 in, 5 out. I want to stretch the floor." Guys like Brandon Garrison and Muhammad Diabate, like we've seen them shoot the ball. It ain't pretty. You can
Garrison
go
hit
5 in, you can go 5 in, 5 out with them, but nobody's gonna guard them.
right. Yeah, no one's going to go out. And they can't not enough to where they can pump fake like Ilovich can, drive to the lane. Not even with Moreno. Like if Moreno's wide open for a three, I only want him shooting a three if that's at the end of the shot clock. Like I want him to take a couple dribbles and shoot the mid range. But
Has Moreno even taken a three this year?
maybe like two. I'll check that out. But maybe like two. So, but
But
I
that,
agree with you. He's a credit to this coaching staff that they have adjusted to the roster eventually, which has actually worked out in this type of SEC this season because last season a lot of the SEC teams went up and down. which was not to our strength, but somehow we managed last season. This season,
Right.
they're more grinded out, which is to our strength this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it weird how both seasons are so similar yet so different?
Yeah, we're seeing more similarities than not, maybe because of recency bias, but at the same time, it's like, uh, dang, I was right. He 0 for 2.
Oh, good pull.
That was a random guess. He shot one against Gonzaga and one against Texas.
Okay.
So, maybe
Maybe
next
needs
year.
a little bit more of Mama's lasagna.
Yeah, yeah. Other than at the end of that game, he had that he pushed over. It was either Akpara or Carey, and had the little hook shot over him. He kind of stunned him there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When he shot that, I had a little bit of a Aaron Harrison moment. Like, no, 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 yes,
I'm not, same here. That's why I was like, hey, at least it went in. Like he's
right.
developing more touch around the rim when we're still not hitting layups at a high rate or making layups at a high rate. But he's probably our best at the rim finisher. But he's 7 foot tall. He should be.
Nah, second best at the rim finisher. Oh way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Oweh's becoming that. Oweh still misses some easy layups, but he does make some complex ones too. So I'll give you that. Oweh's probably one. But Oweh,
Yeah.
speaking of him, he's been next level. He's just
Oh
been
my gosh.
Mr. Consistent. Last year he was Mr. Double Digits. Now he's Mr. 20. I mean,
Yep. And it's
yeah,
nice to watch. This is the way that we have wanted all year.
yeah,
And I know we've talked about this two straight podcasts, but when he's not hunting for the three, it opens up so much more for him because they're so worried about him getting to the rim.
yeah,
They'll cheat back
exactly.
a little bit, and that's an open three. Bang. You're good enough to stick it open, not when you hunt it.
And we're going to have to do that against Florida because Florida's going to give us the threes. Every time I've watched them, play complex defense, switch between man and zone. So they're going to, I mean, they're playing Georgia tonight, so we'll see how they do then. So at least we had an off week when they had to go play Georgia, probably another tournament team. But it will be interesting to see how they do against them. And then I think we're not going to hit a lot of threes against them if they play zone. Always going to have to attack, and he's got to, that's how you beat a zone. You hit, go to the middle, swing to the wing, and just keep going. Usually, uh, would be a great Camp Williams game to have him because he could sit in the corner and hit some threes because that's where you beat a zone as well. But
Yep.
it's going to have to be another big Air Mormon game for sure.
This this game this weekend, their their bigs are gonna do some work against us.
And if they don't, then our bigs played the best games of their season.
Facts. And if that happens, we win.
Yeah. And the way we've been
But
playing on the road, other than Vandy, I feel like we're going to have a puncher's chance.
oh, we always have a puncher's chance.
Especially down there, we've gotten some great wins down there, and we can talk about that and hate to tolerate, but we've gotten a lot of pretty good wins in there.
Uh, but I feel like, and this is against every rule of college basketball. But for us to win that game as it sits today, say our big guys have normal games, maybe even a little below average because of who they're facing, our guards are going to have to play their ass off.
Maybe big Aberdeen revenge game.
Ooh, the revenge narrative. I forgot about that.
Usually it goes he'll score 25 or he'll score 5. But if he scores 5, hopefully he plays good defense and distributes the ball.
Right? But I'm not talking starters. I'm talking guards across the board. You're going to have big game from Oway, big game from Colin Chandler, above average production for Jasper,
Maybe a
above
Jasper and Knoxville game.
yeah, something like that. They gotta kind of fill that Cam Williams void with a couple of guys, and those
Yeah.
couple of guys, in my opinion, are Jasper and Trent Noah.
Noah's came around the last couple games. He's playing defense.
Yeah,
He grabbed 7 rebounds last game, and he's hitting the three. I think he was a little tentative coming off that injury, and he wasn't shooting the ball well. Maybe he wasn't getting his legs on him the correct way. We know shooting is mostly waist and below. when it comes to shooting like that. Ray Allen will tell you that. But now he's confident with shooting or doing the pump fake, taking the floater, passing it off. Like he's back to where he was last season.
Well, he's healthy.
Exactly.
He's healthy. He tweaked that ankle like 4 or 5 games into the season, and I think it was a little worse than
Yeah, I did
everybody
too.
thought,
I
or
did
than
too.
what we advertised even. So
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of been the motto of this year's team: injuries.
Yeah, and they've battled through them to their credit in a tough conference. So
I mean, to think about it, we win Saturday, we're tied for first place in the SEC after starting out 0-2 in the conference.
losing to the game I went to a bad Missouri team at home, which Missouri's better, is decent. They might sneak into the tournament, but it's a bad loss at home. And getting blown out by Alabama at home, down at their place, it's like we literally were like everyone started to basically get rid of Pope already, and not
Oh
us, of
yeah,
course, but
no,
the
the
online
fire
narrative.
the fire Pope chant was heavy online.
Now, I'll never understand that, and that's a deep dive we can get into another day about our fan base and wanting to fire people so quickly. But
Yep.
that's just humans not
Well, I
being
mean,
patient in general.
think about it. John Calipari and Mark Pope have coached the exact same amount of games since all that transpired. Pope has a better record.
And
Yeah,
we
it might
probably
be
had a
by one
tougher
game.
schedule. We probably had a tougher schedule the last 2 years, too, because our non conference was insane.
Oh, we definitely had a tougher non-conference last year.
Oh, yeah. And they may have had a tougher one this year, but it's probably even, to be honest with you. Because Michigan State's turned out to be pretty good. Gonzaga's turned out to be pretty good, other than they lost to Portland. So,
Well, same thing with Gonzaga. They got healthy.
yeah. Does it? Let me ask you this: does it worry you a little bit playing the SEC tournament in Nashville because we're 0-2 in Nashville this year?
Yes and no.
It
Um,
shouldn't because we show out as a fan base down there. Bridgestone, I mean, I've been there a couple of times. It's easy for our fans to get there to sell out and be loud. And for some reason, I know uh,
it's
the
not the
Gonzaga
fans'
game.
fault.
No, the Gonzaga. I said I don't think it's the environment's fault. Like I think the Gonzaga game could have been. That's a blip on the screen now compared to where we're playing now. We wouldn't get beat by 40 by them. We might not beat them, but we would play. We play harder now. Uh,
Right. Oh, it would be a
so
much closer.
I think it'll be
And
matchup based in there. But I do just a little superstitious in me is like, hey, we got to get over the Nashville hump.
well, it's the same thing with where the Final Four's at this year. Indy. Anytime we play in Indy, we lose.
Okay, that gives me a good segue too. What what? Okay, those are two separate questions, but the same under the same umbrella. What do you think the ceiling for this team is, and what would you be happy? What would you be satisfied as the lowest round this team makes in the NCAA tournament?
Well, I can answer both of those with one.
Okay,
Sweet 16.
okay, okay. I hate to agree with you because it's not good podcasting, but I agree with you because we are the realistic fans that still don't live on the preseason expectations. You just ride the wave and realize, hey, this team's going to win with defense, and hopefully the 3-point shooting keeps happening. And they're going to beat some good teams, but they're not going to beat any of the top 10 teams. They might sneak one in and maybe get in the lead eight. But a Final Four run would be a shock for this team.
Yes. Yes. Like, if you think that's going to happen, you better bet it now.
Right. So I was going to ask you this too. The bracketology that I just looked up today, I thought this bracket was interesting that they have us in. They have
I
us as
think
a
I saw
six.
the 6
This is on
11.
yeah, on CBS.
Yep.
Playing you're playing
What's
your we're playing your other favorite football team, Miami.
yeah, Miami of Ohio.
No. This is the 11. They just snuck on CBS. They snuck them in because they beat
Oh,
North Carolina
because they
last night.
be yeah. Oh, the one I saw earlier had us playing Miami of Ohio.
I wouldn't worry about them. Yeah, they're solid and they'd be scary if they're undefeated, but I'm not worried about them. Now Miami University has
I would
Miami
be
has way scarier.
I would be way more worried about that Miami than Miami of Ohio. I
Yeah,
know
I know.
Miami, Ohio is the last undefeated team left in the country,
Yeah,
but it's this is such a football term. It's the MAC.
yeah,
Like
right. Uh, I think. Do you think everyone in the SEC would go undefeated in the MAC? Not knowing a lot about the MAC, obviously, but knowing enough about the SEC.
I think there would be a vast majority of the league that could go undefeated.
So the bottom, not even looking at the standings, off the top of my head is probably what South Carolina, Mississippi
South
State, and Ole Miss,
Carolina,
the two Miss
LSU,
and the two Mississippi teams.
Ole Miss. Yeah, they've had a pretty rough year, but I could still see that team doing some damage and running the table with
Just
Chris
knowing
Beard.
all the SEC rosters, I think they would. I think every team in the SEC would go undefeated. I think there'd be some close games, but I think they would.
I, I don't. I think there
Yeah,
would be 2 to 4 teams, and that would come from a field of LSU, Mississippi State. I'd probably even throw Missouri in there.
kept Oklahoma in there. They only have one win or two now because they beat Vandy.
Wait. And see, I don't even know that I'd throw Vandy in there.
No, I'm saying you got Oklahoma has
Or
two wins.
Oklahoma,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Okay, I
know.
gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah. Right now, let's see.
I don't know, two to
The,
three teams.
right now, CBS has Missouri as a last four in the tournament.
Really?
They got Georgia as a 9 seed, so that's a tough game for Florida tonight. So this is why I picked this bracket because I would absolutely hate this bracket. Listen to this. Number one is Michigan. Two is Iowa State, which I don't hate. Three is Florida. Four, Texas Tech. Five, Louisville. Six,
Uh,
uh, was it seven, St. Louis. Eight, Auburn. Nine, Indiana. Like that sounds terrible.
that is not the one I saw earlier then.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it
terrible.
had, our bracket, it had Michigan was still the one, UConn was the two,
Mm, dang.
Kansas was the three.
Everyone I've seen, they've had us with Iowa State as our two, which I would be okay with after watching them against TCU last night.
Right. Big 12 teams don't scare me.
The only one that kind of does, I mean, Kansas does, but on a
Well,
neutral floor they don't.
Kansas. Sorry. The rest of the
With
Big 12.
Peterson,
They kind of scare me even without him.
they don't to me if we met them in the tournament. If we play them in Fog Allen, yes.
I guess that would make a vast difference.
All right, so
But
where would you put us? Say we win the SEC. Off the top of your head, where would you put us in the Big 12? You put us second?
yeah.
Because the Big 12 is pretty tough. I'm putting us fourth.
So obviously Kansas,
Yeah,
Iowa State.
the team they just beat,
Oh,
Arizona.
BYU. Oh,
No,
Arizona.
Arizona. Kansas,
Kansas,
Arizona.
Arizona, BYU, Kentucky.
I don't have BYU. I got Houston.
Oh, Houston. I keep forgetting they're in the Big 12. I thought they
I
were
know,
in the
right?
ACC or
Yeah,
AAC. Sorry.
right.
Uh,
Uh, yeah, Houston. They're pretty legit. I don't remember who they've lost to. I think they only got two, but they made. I was rooting for them hard to beat Florida last year in the championship game, and they almost did.
right. But isn't it crazy to think about? We haven't made it to the weekend in the SEC tournament since before COVID.
Yeah, and that's pretty shitty for our fan base. Thank God we
Yes.
made this Sweet 16 last year. If we didn't make it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, we'd all be still like
Oh man,
scratching our itch.
we would have already fired Pope probably.
That Illinois
No,
win
I'm totally
has
kidding.
no. Our well, you're talking for the fan base, not for you and I. But that Illinois win probably saved him a little less heat than the amount that he got at the beginning of the season for losing those big games. He got quite a bit, but that everyone's counter was like we made the Sweet 16 last year, so he could do it again.
Yeah, I mean it's obvious. I mean he built a roster with what a month and a half last or
Yeah,
for last season, and takes that to a Sweet 16.
with
Which
injuries
let
too.
me
You
ask,
could argue last year's injuries were more detrimental than this year's injuries.
well, and let me ask you this: Does um do you think that had an effect on fans and media as far as they looked at it like, oh, he only had a month and a half to build a roster and he got into the Sweet 16. So once he has, a full recruiting cycle to build a roster, are we to expect better results? And
Well,
we can tie this into the field of 68 thing too.
yeah, they know him pretty
You
well.
know,
Yeah.
but they were kind of saying in their article, because I did listen to KSR today and heard
Okay.
Matt Jones kind of sum it up a little bit, but they were basically saying if you're Kentucky, the landscape of recruiting has completely changed. Like, it's not who you know in the AAU circles. You have to know agents.
Yeah.
And everybody that Pope hired on this staff, great recruiters of the AAU circuit, but not familiar at all with agents because they've never had to deal with them.
Those are all ball coaches. That's what Goodman said. Yeah.
And you look at Duke, they hired an executive from Nike to be their GM who has been meeting with agents for, I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And that's why John Shire is having success.
Speaking of, not trying to get off too much of a tangent, did you see where they called, or he was basically lying about his assistant coach getting punched in the face? Come on, dude. Come on. That's even
It,
low for a Duke coach. Come on.
that's always been Duke, though.
I know, but it's 2026 and there's so much, like, there's no way anyone was going to miss that. Come on.
It's built into the contract. As a Duke coach, when you get upset and you're on the other team's court, they have to whine about
Ah,
something. I
man.
mean, remember just 2 years ago, the Filipowski thing.
Yeah,
And they were
I
saying,
know.
oh, he got trampled and assaulted by fans. No, his big goofy ass tripped.
Right.
You know,
Starting hater
it's always
Colorado,
something.
you hate John Shire. Hate John Shire.
I just hate Duke in general. You
I
don't
know.
get
Remember
Duke
him as a player, though? He was terrible. We hated him as a player.
just because he played at Duke.
Yeah, but he was on that 2010 team with like Paulus and Nolan Smith and all them, and he just looked like a total douche, and he still does.
Yep, still is.
Still does and still is. Can't take the L, man. Just take the L. North Carolina beat you. And you blew a
Right?
lead, and you left Seth Trimble open. He's not the best 3-point shooter, but he's wide open. He had to hit it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just wah 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 sob story when Duke loses.
And does this mean North Carolina's a notch under us on blue bloods because they rush the court? Because Kentucky and Duke and Kansas would never rush the court. I'm not hating on them for the situation, but if we did that against Louisville or the number one team, like we've beaten the number one team quite a few times, or Rapid never rushed the court.
Yeah, they, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's three schools you're expected to win. You're not rushing the court.
That's three I've never seen rush the court ever
And yeah, it's Kentucky, Duke, and Kansas.
before this
But
game.
let me
Would you
ask,
have said North Carolina? Because I don't know if I would have. That would have been like maybe they would have been a maybe for me.
I still would consider him a blue blood.
No, I consider them blue bloods, but I would have thought in my head there was like maybe they did rush the court, maybe they didn't. I would have thought it was for a Duke game.
They may have. Wasn't the Filipowski in a Duke game? Or was
Yeah,
that
that's what it could have been. That's what I'm
North
saying.
Carolina game? I don't
I could
know.
have been.
But
That's probably Miami. Miami gets them a couple times.
yeah. Um, but no, I'm kind of with you there. I think that's the only three that you could justify saying a court storming is unacceptable.
Indiana
You're
fans, I don't want to
supposed
hear
to win,
shit.
right? Our players got punched in the mouth.
Yeah,
Not trying to pull a Duke, but they literally did,
there's evidence. Yeah, so then we punched you in the mouth in the Sweet 16. So
right? Great payback.
yeah, right.
Uh,
Let's
but
see. You got anything else on Cats Tennessee denim?
love the uniforms. Uh, I know we talked about that. They looked a lot better than I thought they would. Um, and just lots of praise for Air Mormon, Ortega, and fuck Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'll
always.
say it.
I
I'll
can't.
say it. I ain't afraid to say it.
Always, always. That was going to be my hate or tolerate. That's a good segue. So, what are your top five football? And I don't know if we're going to do another podcast after this. We could do Florida if we want to, or we can save it for next round. But I was going to do who are your top five you hate in football and basketball in college? Because for me, the lists are a little different between the two.
Top five most hated or top five players ever?
Top five programs you hate in football and basketball. So I'll give you my football, for example. Uh, because I think about this often. I don't know why. It's just like I can't stand these guys. So football, number one, I hate Tennessee. Tennessee will always be number one for me. I can't stand them. Number two, Florida. Can't stand Florida either. I'm a Gator hater. My cousin played football at Florida. Love him. Love that family, but hate the Gators. Uh, I'm gonna tell a funny story for the podcast because I don't care if they don't talk to me. Kevin and I went to a game. Uh, we got tickets from them because my cousin was playing, and Kevin and I got tickets to sit in the Florida fan section. We were told we had to wear orange or blue, so we wore blue UK, and we were rowdy rooting for UK. And I forgot what year it was. I think we they beat us on like a field goal in the last second. This was like in 2000 teens, and
Right.
you know, years later, I don't hear from my cousin, and they said not the one that played, his sibling, and I found out why. It was because me and Kevin wore UK fan gear at a home game in a Florida section. So yeah, I'll do it
Really?
all day, every day.
That is insane.
I know, so I had to tell that. And
But
then my family
I'm,
listens. It's pretty funny, but yeah,
I'll tell you what, man. Sitting in them opposing fan sections at Kroger Field, it ain't for the faint of heart. Um,
no, especially the night games
last,
where we're tailgating all day.
last year, the Georgia game that we quite frankly should have won, but in classic Mark Stoops fashion,
That was
I
the
guess
start of the downhill,
2 years
buddy.
ago, or
I
no,
think I said this on one of the first episodes. I was ready to pop this open for that game because I was sitting in my room and I was like, if we win, I'm popping this. And then we blew it and haven't popped since.
but we were like smack dab right in the middle of the Georgia fan base, and it was awful quiet for a while, and then boy, did we hear a lot of.
I was about to say start barking at you.
Yeah, they did, but we were giving them
All right.
hell back.
Hey, we had to Kroger Field, but I think we'll get some a better environment this year because of the new coach and all that. But
Oh yeah.
anyways, I'm gonna go back to my hate real quick. Tennessee, Florida 2, Louisville's got to be 3, especially because they got
Yep.
us this year. You know, we were on a down year and you were on a decent year. We beat you on a year. We beat you on plenty of years that you were supposed to smack us. So whatever. All right. My number 4, South Carolina. Keep saying South Carolina. Just become more of a
For
recency
here.
biased. More recency like the last 10 years, yeah. And
For here.
then my number 5, I've been debating between a couple. I'm basically basing it off the games I've gone to, and I can't stand the teams and the fan bases. Is Ole Miss. Number 5 is Ole Miss. I can't stand Ole Miss.
Okay.
That's for football. So let's hear
So
football.
football for me is probably one Tennessee, just because they talked so much shit. Like
Yeah.
they're even worse than Louisville, but Louisville's number 2. I would have to put Florida 3.
Hmm.
I think 4. I'd have to go South Carolina, and I think 5. Give me Mississippi State solely because I hate the fucking cowbell.
Right. I wish we could have played him last year. I could have been on 6th win. Uh,
Shout out Brandon Walker.
yeah, I like Brandon Walker. He's hilarious. He's one of the better
I
college
like him.
football
I like him
personalities.
too. But
Yeah.
fuck Mississippi State and that cowbell.
Yeah, he
How's that
always
not an
talks shit about
How's that not
Kentucky,
an
so yeah.
artificial noisemaker? You know, they say artificial noisemakers are banned. These people are bringing in fucking cowbells and drumsticks. Like,
Speaking of Brandon Walker, one of the funniest things of the college football season was when he went to that game at Mississippi State and Texas scored right in front of him in the end zone to get winning touchdown. That
oh,
was
that was
hilarious.
great. That was great.
He's great content. But uh, anyways, let me ask you this since we're talking about football. Is Missouri a rival? Missouri sees us as a rival. Do you see them as a rival in football?
No,
I don't either.
no. No,
Right?
there's not enough of a history there. They just consider us a rival because of Sir C.J. Conrad breaking their hearts.
Yeah. One of the unforgotten plays from that season because that season was awesome. But we don't win that game, we don't make Citrus Bowl. So,
Bingo. And if they don't lose that game, they're probably in the Citrus Bowl,
and if they win and if they don't lose that game, they don't got a hole in their away ceiling because Stoops punched that hole in the ceiling.
right? How many ceiling tiles do you think Stoops has been billed for?
Oh, quite a few. Gainesville's probably got him both of those times too that he beat him.
Right. But so what now? Top 5 most hated basketball?
Oh yeah, and I don't know about you, but for me, from my football list, Louisville and Tennessee are shoe-ins for me from those two for basketball. Florida is still a maybe. But those two are shoe-ins.
For football, yes. They're not my 1 and 2 though.
Okay, you go with yours first.
So most hated basketball. Number 1 for me. I hinted at it earlier. It's Duke. Fuck Duke. You don't get Duke without UK right in the middle. Number 2 is Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is Tennessee. This team probably wouldn't have been on the list 2 years ago, but now, number 4, Arkansas.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw number 5 on that list. Give me. I'm having a hard time here. I'm between Florida and Indiana, but I think I have to go
Then
Florida.
you can go Indiana 6 because I got 6 too.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go Florida 5, Indiana 6. There you
You're
go. Got
missing.
more than you bargained for.
Yeah, right. You're missing two that you're probably gonna wish you put on your list that I literally just thought of. But one, okay, so when I think about lists like this, I think of who am I rooting for when they're playing each other. And anytime anyone's playing Duke, I'm rooting for the other team. So Duke's number one for me too.
Okay.
Number two, Tennessee. I can't stand Tennessee. I don't know that I can't stand that color, can't stand their campus, can't stand any other sports, can't stand that they beat us in baseball too. I just can't stand anything about them. So Tennessee's two. Three, Louisville. They probably would have
Okay.
been five a couple of years ago, but since they beat us, they just went up the list now that they're relevant again. So, um,
So what? We flopped 2 and 3 there.
correct. Now, these other two you didn't have on your list. For me, these other three, I don't think you do. Yeah, these other three you don't. For me, number four is UConn. I can't stand UConn. UConn would
Okay.
be my number four. I just we should have beat them in 2014. We should have beat them in 2011. That was two they got, two we should have had, and I got a little segment on Dan Hurley later that we're gonna do, and I can't stand Dan Hurley. So
Well, can we be 100% honest? I was thinking
yeah,
about teams we generally play on an annual basis.
and that's fair. UConn, I just still hate. I still hate watching them. I was rooting for St. John's
Oh,
hardcore
I,
the other
oh,
night.
I have. Me too.
Yeah,
Um, I hate UConn, but I thought that was a list of
no, no,
top
that's
five
fair.
teams we generally play annually.
For what it's worth, it kind of was, and then that's why I said these two kind of popped in my head. So one we used to play annually that would take kind of like your Indiana spot, but I'm gonna put them at number five is UNC. I can't stand UNC.
Okay.
Used to play them annually. Uh, I saw well on the Phil 68 podcast they said and you get they talked about the John Henson on there and remember he got his shit swatted by Anthony Davis so that was one
Yep.
memorable moment. I was still my
Yep.
favorite game I've
I
ever
uh,
been to.
I wasn't at that game.
I was
I
literally
was
dusting the
actually
rafters. David and I could do pull-ups on the rafters. So, but it was still the best game.
damn.
Furthest I've ever said.
But no, two memorable games that I was by myself at, which is
Here, before you do that,
getting off on
let me give you my six real quick because it's an underrated one
okay.
because we played them twice. Wisconsin. I hate Wisconsin and every team from that state.
Yep. Yep. And fuck Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more
I don't
breath on
like
them
that
other
guy.
than I hate everybody from that state. I've never visited it and I want to visit all 50 states. So I might take a step in it, but I can't stand any team from that state. So
But two of the most iconic wins of the Cal era came when I was watching the game by myself at my high school girlfriend's house. So
okay,
like I was by myself in her house.
yeah,
She's like, "Hey, come over, we'll hang out. I'm not going to be there until a little bit after the game, whatever." So I was there for the UNC Anthony Davis blocking John Henson. And then a couple years later, I am in Louisville because she went to school in Louisville. She didn't go to Louisville, but I went up to visit her for the weekend, and that was when Kentucky was playing Louisville in the Final Four. And she was working, and she was like, "Just hang out in my dorm, watch the game. Don't do anything stupid. You're in Louisville." So, yeah, okay. So game ends, we win, obviously, and about 30 minutes after the game, I had to go pick her up from St. Matthew's Mall where she was working. And I walk out, decked out in UK gear.
you
Walk
have
into
to.
the St. Matthew's Mall wearing UK shit, people booing me, and I'm like, yeah, you guys suck.
Ah, you're on cloud nine.
Oh, yeah. It's unfortunate that both of those memories came associated to that person, but Is what it is. Great
Hey,
basketball memories.
I was at a most random location for that Louisville game too. For that tournament run, I watched a game in a different place for every round, whether I was like on the road or at someone's houses. And for the final four of that game, David and I were at Parker's grandma's in Berea watching that game, just us three, getting drunk watching the game at a house in Berea.
How fucking wild is that, man?
I know. So
It's
random.
wild how life comes back around and just circles to different places. Like
Going by
Parker
fast,
was
so you
over
gotta
here.
enjoy it.
Parker was here the other day and talking about said grandma who lives in Berea,
Wow, yeah.
and you know, talking about how she's needing like a in-home health care person or whatever.
Yeah.
And my wife just recently transferred stores and took a promotion in her industry, and she now works in Berea.
Ah,
And I made the joke to Parker. I was like, "Tell Joe I'll take care of Grandma. I've met her. I know how she is.
yeah.
You know, wife can drop me off on her way to work. I'll take care of Grandma. We'll be good." It's
She's a
just
UK
wild
fan.
how that works out.
I've
Oh, absolutely.
I work with a lady that's and my wife's grandma too. Those are the two um, elderly ladies that I talk about UK basketball with all the time. It's awesome talking to them and hearing what they think about stuff, and they follow it just as heavy as we do. Like they don't know all the players' names, but they still know just as much from the past as we do. It's pretty awesome. So,
Right. No, same thing for me. So, my cafeteria manager at my school, her, I don't know, I think it's like second cousin is Dennis Johnson,
hmm
who is Jasper's dad.
obviously, yeah,
And she knows I do the podcast and all that stuff. And she talks about Jasper to all the little old ladies who work in the cafeteria.
yeah.
And they just want to chop it up with me all the time. Have you heard anything? Do you know what's going on? Blah, 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 blah.
What I
It's,
love about the city. I love it. I love it. My wife's family's from E-Town, and they're like, "What are you doing in the big city?" And you forget living here that the and we're not in college anymore, but it's still you still get the college town vibe being here, especially during basketball season. Like football, you get the Saturday, but basketball, you literally feel it every day you're out there around campus or even just around anywhere inside a news circle. Like it's awesome. I love it.
oh, trust me, I damn near live on campus.
No, you do. Yeah. I drive by your house
I
every
mean,
day. I drive down to Maxwell to pick kids up, and I drive by your house every day, basically going down Harrisburg Road. And you just driving, you see the skyline of Lexington, you see Rupp. You're like, even if it's not a game at Rupp that week, you're like, there's going to be one soon.
we know it's there. I know it feels weird not having a weekday game,
Right? It was,
but
but hey, like we said, it was a nice week off, so but
but I
much
mean,
needed.
half of the houses around me are occupied by college kids. Like the
Yeah.
kids across the street from me, boy, they have a good time. I'll tell you that.
Florida is smoking Georgia 36-19 right now. So
Yikes!
at Georgia, yeah.
Yikes!
So anyway,
That's a real.
speaking of Parker, his favorite team is the Seahawks. We haven't talked since the Super Bowl. What do you think about uh, the Super Bowl? We'll get into the game first. What do you think about Super Bowl?
Kind of a stinker of a game. But
Yeah,
I do have to give a shout out to that Seahawks defense. Both defenses were great in the first half.
the Patriots defense is getting a little slack just because of how good the Seahawks defense was. Patriots defense played well enough to win that game.
They did. They did. And I think it kind of showed that the smoke about Drake May's shoulder was probably there too.
Yeah, I agree. He was clearly hurt, but
So, and
I
then
also think yeah. Go ahead,
you also saw a little bit of scuttlebutt about how their left tackle, what was his name,
Campbell.
Will Campbell. just got abused all night, gave up like 16 pressures.
We got pushed over. They literally just toppled over.
Well, it came out yesterday. He played that game injured.
Yeah, and I can see that. I wonder. It makes you wonder with all these injuries. Whether I know the Broncos game. I don't know how much eyes you got on that, but it was kind of a crappy game itself, and they didn't play well that game either. So it makes you wonder how long these guys have been hurt.
Well, the Patriots said that they indicated it was a play during that Broncos game.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Which, I mean, that could have been very early on in that game. We saw the results of that game, so your theory might be valid.
Yeah, you're right. They did play hurt,
They didn't say,
but that Seahawks defense looked like the Legion of Boom again.
yeah, they're good, and they're going to be just as good next year, man. Do
I
you see they
saw
have the third most
you're about to.
cap room?
Oh, I see. I thought you were about to say something else. That's awesome. They have the third most cap, and that's actually insane. I was about to say
Yeah.
they finished third in defensive DVOA all time this season, behind great the two best defense we always talk about, our Bears and the 2001 Ravens.
Well, yep. I was going to say 85 Bears, 01 Ravens.
But
I
that's
mean,
crazy. This is the third best defense, arguably, of all time, and we saw that. And Darnold didn't play his best game. He played well enough to win. He pulled J.J. McCarthy and handed it off, but he didn't turn the ball over. You know.
well, and that's always been the big knock on Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
If he, granted, the way his career started out being Jets Panthers, that's a curse for 99% of quarterbacks.
Right.
But then going, because it became obvious, he's not going to be the arm talent that he was at USC,
Yeah.
you know. But he got under the Vikings head coach, Kevin, what's it, no, not Stefanski.
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, learned a year from him. Before that, he spent a year with McVay at the 49ers as their backup. Like, spent a lot of time in that Shanahan tree, and a lot of them guys are like quarterback gurus. So
Yep.
I think he learned that his game is not to, push the ball down the field,
Yeah.
but just manage the game. You don't have to be the guy, but get it to the guys, you know?
Right. Yeah. He
And
looked at it like.
it showed most of last year, but in the playoffs, what did they do? They tried to go deep to Justin Jefferson most of that game when they got beat.
Right.
Arnold,
The
he's not that guy.
the major stat that I saw was that they didn't turn the ball over any of their playoff games. You don't turn the ball over, you have a good shot at winning, especially with that defense.
Bingo. Especially with how many turnovers they forced. I mean, they had what, two into the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and
Had a
they.
pick six
I don't remember if it was a
and
record
what,
sack. I think they got the most sacks or second most sacks all time in the Super Bowl.
crazy.
Yeah, it was
But
crazy.
actually, going back to the Parker thing, he called me late third quarter. I missed it by like 2 minutes. Called him back.
Yeah,
He didn't answer. So I texted him. It's like, "What's up, man? Did you call?" He calls me back and says, "Hey, I was driving by your house. I didn't know if you were watching the game. When you didn't answer, I figured you were in bed." I guess he assumed I had to work. The next day
yeah,
was a work day. And said, "No, I'm watching the game. I'm off." Um, this was before I got cleared. Obviously, you all don't notice a brace tonight, so that's nice.
all right.
Um, but I was like, "No, I'm off." Like, he was like, "Do you care if I come over and watch the fourth quarter? I don't want to go watch it at home alone." It's like, "Yeah, come on. Come watch the fourth quarter with me." Boy, he was on pins and needles.
Really?
for
He needs
no
to
for
sweat that
no
one
reason.
out. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Well, let me explain it. He wasn't on pins and needles till the end of it, when it
Okay.
became a what was it, a 16-point game,
Yeah,
29-13.
it was like a two score if they both. Yes, if they got two 2 point conversions. Yeah.
I jokingly, me being me, I said, "It ain't over yet. Patriots got enough timeouts if they can go 3-and-out and get the clock stopped before the 2-minute warning. They go down, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, onside kick, touchdown, 2-point conversion again." And
You're
he
saying that
said,
as a Bears
"Shut the
fan
fuck
this year. You're saying that as a Bears fan this year because you used to
up." But also, part of it was just to fuck with Parker, because
Yeah,
that's what we do.
that's what we did. Yeah.
But literally, not 2 minutes later, well, not even 2 minutes later, literally, because they called two timeouts, got the clock stopped before the 2 minute, so they got the timeout for the 2 minute,
Hmm.
and Seattle goes 3-and-out, gives the ball back to the Patriots. And he looked at me and goes, "You son of a bitch."
That's hilarious.
Because I called the first part of it, just none of the rest of it happened. But I had him nervous for a minute.
Hey, speaking of one of our other buddies, Ryan, he shout out Sacco. He left the league, of course, but he got last place, and a big reason because that was because of Kenneth Walker, and he is so mad
Yeah,
that Kenneth Walker did what he did
to
during
get
the
Super
fantasy
Bowl
season.
MVP.
He saved it for the playoffs. So shout out to Kenneth Walker saving it for the Super Bowl. So
Well, as a fellow bottom of the league finisher,
yeah,
I was very happy with Kenneth Walker. Went to a card show with Parker a couple weeks ago. I think we talked about this,
yeah.
but I pulled a Kenneth Walker with a piece of jersey in the card
Oh, like
out of
one of his
one
game
of the
worn
boxes
jerseys.
I bought. Yeah.
Okay,
So that card
that's
went
awesome.
up in value, and I'm all right with that.
Absolutely. Hey, apparently he's a free agent too. Not that we need him, but someone's gonna get him.
No. Seahawks are going to re-sign him. You have
They
to.
should. They should.
How stupid would how stupid of a move would it be to not re-sign the Super Bowl MVP?
The Bengals wouldn't do it, but most teams would.
Yeah, but John Schneider, he's a competent owner. Mike Brown is not.
Yeah, he's got money and Mike Brown doesn't. But
Well, they
last
all
thing I
have
got,
money. Some of them just lack common sense.
yeah, that too. The Bengals, yeah, they do make money, but you got to win to make money too. Um, I want to ask you about. Did you see the Jordan Belichick's girlfriend's troll?
I did,
That is
and
hilarious.
I didn't have much of an opinion on her beforehand,
Same.
but after seeing that shirt,
Yeah, that's
respect.
gotta clap after that one. That
I'm
was
the
top tier
give
troll.
verbal meme. I'm the kid in the stands when Jeter got the record-breaking hit or the 2000th hit, whatever it was. Yeah. Um,
uh,
well, not to get political, but we got to talk about the halftime show.
yeah, that's what everyone's talking about, and I didn't
My
watch either
take
of
on
them.
it's not political at all.
I
I
didn't
mean,
watch
I
either of them.
watched it.
I didn't. I took my dog out in the snow.
Oh, well, I watched the Bad Bunny one.
Okay.
Um, it looked like a great time.
I saw screen caps on Twitter. It did look fun,
I,
but I didn't see it. Yeah.
I'm just not fluent with Spanish language, so I didn't know what he was saying, but it looked like a great time.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it was.
Plus, he had more rush yards than the Patriots the whole game. Did you see
He
that?
did.
Did you see that
He,
stat?
I didn't. I was about to say. I
He
thought Pedro Pascal
there,
did in the background, just dancing.
there was an insult stat floating around on X So when Bad Bunny came out, he was carrying a football. And over the course of his performance, he carried it 132 yards. That is more than the Patriots had in the entire game.
Wow. What a stat.
Bad Bunny had more rush yards than the Patriots.
Hanging in the liver. Yeah.
But
um,
I don't have a problem with it, you know? Like,
to,
they
to
pick
people
who
that
performs.
to be football as football fans, I can probably name who's won or been in the Super Bowl since like 2000. I probably can't name the last five halftime show performances. I would have to sit down and think about it, probably look it up.
I can only name the ones I've liked.
Yeah, but I don't know what year they did
Right.
it.
Um, number one, far and away, and I think we brought this up, it's Prince
hmm
singing Purple Rain in the Rain.
Yeah, that was sick.
But after that, it's like, I mean, what do you,
Um, I kind of like the LA one, like just because I like rap music. I kind of like the Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent one. That just is like
oh, the
90s rap
Snoop
to me.
Eminem, yeah,
I like that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're football guys. We're not here for the halftime show.
Have times when we go and uh, eat some more food, go graze, use the bathroom, drink more beer, whatever you gotta do.
Eat some snacks, socialize, take a piss, rehydrate.
Yeah, even if it's someone we like, you still kind of like you don't rush to get back. It's just it goes on when it goes on.
I could tell you more stats about the '06 Super Bowl than any halftime.
Please don't because we
I
suck.
mean, I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah,
I'm glad you picked up on that. But you could say that for any Super Bowl.
yeah,
But it's like, I mean, yeah, cool. Great halftime performance.
right.
Boo, bad halftime performance. I'm not here for the halftime performance. I'm a football guy. I want to watch what's on the field.
Yep, and unfortunately this year the football product wasn't great on the field in the Super Bowl, but for the most part, I don't know about you, I enjoyed this NFL season. Maybe a lot of it was because the Bears were relevant, but and the Chiefs weren't. I don't hate the Chiefs, but like they were getting tired as a storyline, and kind of so were the Eagles as well. So it was just nice to have different storylines and new teams, and a little bow on the NFL
Definitely.
season. It was a fun NFL season. So
In my opinion, a lot of it was because the Bears were successful.
yes, of course,
You
naturally.
when your team's good, it plays into your happiness. So,
When you finally got a
but
good quarterback after our whole fandom lifetime, let's just say 30 plus years, it's would be exciting, you know?
right? Uh, well, this brings up a question. Before Caleb Williams, who would you say was the greatest Bears quarterback?
By default, you want to say Jim McMahon because he won the Super Bowl, but he won the Super Bowl with a great defense. He basically put up Peyton Manning Denver Broncos numbers when he was in that Super Bowl against the Panthers.
Right.
So to me, gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's probably Jay Cutler.
Yeah, I know. It's either him, or I'm even more ashamed to say this one, but it's either him or Rex Grossman.
Oh my God, the Bears fans used to call him Sexy Rexy. Gosh.
Because Rex was in that '06 Super Bowl. No, he didn't. Ben
Yeah,
Heston
no,
did. Shout
he
out to
played
my
court.
goat.
He played quarterback on the Super Bowl team.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jay Cutler. That's crazy. Yeah, smoking Jay Cutler. That's the meme.
Yeah. Smoking Jay. So,
Well, we're about an hour in, so I got a couple more things for you if you're down. Did you see the NBA fights?
I did not see the actual fights, but I saw the suspensions that were handed down, and oh my.
Of course, the Beef Stew. He's always in the middle of it.
Yeah. Great nickname, by the way.
Right?
Who doesn't that dude have beef in the league with?
Right? And he was fighting with. You said you didn't see him, but he was fighting with towels wrapped all over his legs and arms. It was hilarious. He just came off the bench out of nowhere and went swinging. But I wanted to start out with that NBA fight because I wanted me to segue to the this weekend is NBA All Star game, and I wanted to hear your. Well, first, let's think of a dunk contest, 3-point contest moments. So what are some of your favorite dunk and 3-point contest moments?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I checked out of All Star Weekend a few years back.
I did too, but that's why I'm trying to go back to the early 2000s.
It's not fun anymore.
I agree with that.
Um, but I don't know that I have any memorable 3-point contests.
I don't either. I think Carl Towns won one. That's the only
But
one I
I
got.
but I do dunk contests.
Absolutely. That's that. I think
Uh,
that's mainly what I was going for.
Dwight Howard with the Superman cape. Um, what was it? Was it Aaron Gordon who blew out the cupcake?
Actually, that was Joe Green, Aaron Gordon. I thought you were going to talk about the one he did with the Magic mascot. The Magic mascot sitting there twirling on uh, the little hoverboard or whatever, and then he goes
Yeah,
up and grabs it under his legs and then cramps it.
yeah, that was a good one. I don't know. A lot of mine are from like the older days, like
Vince Carter,
the yes, the honey dip.
the honey dip.
Like
He was the first one to kind of go between his legs off the bounce too. I mean, an underrated dunker, Jason Richardson.
facts,
Yeah.
facts. I guess one from recent memory that's kind of in the past 5 years. Mac McClung. That
Yeah,
boy's
he's
a
been good.
dunker.
He's carried him by himself. So how about this? Of recent players in their primes from like 2000 on, let's say after MJ, who would you want in a dunk contest? Your top four. That's what a dunk contest is. Who would your top four in their prime of our era be?
So essentially, you're asking my Mount Rushmore of what I would want to see in a dream dunk contest in their
Post
prime.
MJ. Post MJ.
Post MJ. It's LeBron. It's Vince Carter.
Let's throw shoe-ins.
Um,
A lot of guys out there.
do you consider Sean Kemp post MJ, or did MJ play longer?
They played about the same, but he wasn't a good dunker like at the end of his career. Like not a lot of people aren't, but Sean Kemp was more '90s dunker in my opinion.
Uh, so LeBron, Vince, give me T Mac.
Mm, yes.
Actually, no, no, no. Let me change that. Give me Hardaway. Penny was the better dunker.
Okay, LeBron, Vince, Penny. You got one more.
And then Gerald Green.
Ooh, yeah, high riser right there. High riser.
Yeah.
I got LeBron, Vince too, of course. To me, I'm putting Kobe in there just based off of
Oh my God, how could I
pure com-
fucking forget Kobe?
pure competitiveness. He's gonna try to show out just because he doesn't want to lose. And then
I'm gonna have to clip that. Oh my God. How did I forget Kobe?
and then fourth, I, I don't want to put Jason Richardson in there, but I'm not going to. Um, I'm gonna put Zach Levine in there
Okay.
because I
I don't.
he would always see over the rim. I like now if we're going creativity. I might put Aaron Gordon up there, but I think Zach Levine can jump with any of them. So I'm just going to put him as my underrated one, and I think he could surprise. So
Well, we both missed an obvious one.
we probably did, and you can tell me that, but I wanted to. You go and tell me, but I want. Let's do a
Blake,
UK dunk contest. Who do you think would be a top four in the UK dunk contest? But Blake, oh my God, you did. Yeah, Blake, that's crazy. He
yep,
should be on there.
Blake Griffin. That's the one we missed. Top
He
four
should be on there.
UK. In no particular order, it's John Wall, Malik Monk, Terrence Jones, and I don't James Young.
Ooh, there's been a lot of good dunkers here. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, ooh, that's underrated. No, that one is. Oh, no, that one is. Um, Wall and Monk
There is
are
something going on.
are really good too. Really?
Yeah, there's fucking sirens and everything,
Oh, outside? Yeah, you're down. You're close to downtown,
and
but
I can hear it through headphones.
dang. Well, we can go quick. I got Wall, Monk, underrated one, Jacob Toppin, and then
Oh, Toppin, that's a good one. That's not
you know what?
underrated.
You know what? Why not? Let's put Air Mormon in there.
That's a solid one too.
Right? Air Mormon.
That's a solid one too.
So I'm with you on the All Star game and just kind of the NBA in general. It's kind of an unwatchable product. As a basketball fan, it's hard to watch even regular season games, and you watch the playoffs because they're
It is.
competitive and you want to see who wins. But I know you told me you don't really listen to Bill Simmons, but he had two really good. Two really good hypotheticals that could adjust to the NBA. I want to ask you them really quick that can make the NBA more entertaining. Um, One was make dunks 3 points, not layups, but if you dunk on somebody, it's 3 points.
No.
That's okay. I
No.
respect it. I don't like the idea of giving them 3 points, but I see the premise of making it more entertaining.
Well,
It
yeah, it
ent-
adds entertainment
it,
value,
it makes people
but
want to dunk the ball more. This one I really like though. So in baseball they have custom outfield walls to where not every outfield wall is the same. Every ballpark's built different. How about based on your team's strengths, your 3 point line is custom. So if you just want to have like it has to be it has to be the NBA minimum. But if you wanted to make it go further on your home court for your team's strengths, you can do that. If you want it to be less and be nothing but twos, you can do that.
no. That's,
You know,
that,
like that. I think that's cool.
no.
It'd make me watch it more.
Right?
The Warriors
I
would
don't
be
know
out
that
there
I
shooting
would.
from 45 feet, and the Nuggets, well, they got Murray. But thinking of a team that just has mostly big men, maybe in the Lakers they don't shoot threes well than Luca. Like just they would be mostly they wouldn't do a 3 point line, just go down low.
Right. Well, I
So
mean, you gotta work with what you got.
exactly. Well, that's all I got other than our helmet stuff. So you got anything?
No, I think that's about it, man.
All right.
I
Well,
think
we'll
that's
get into our
about it.
our helmet mania. And you know what? I was thinking since it's not right now we got NFL, but I was thinking since for our college ones, we should do college basketball now. Even though the football helmets is basketball season, so we'll switch over to the college basketball for all those teams if you're cool with that.
I'm fine with that.
All right, NFL. Here we go. Man, we just talked about this team a little bit. The St. Louis Los Angeles
That
Rams.
old. Okay, I was gonna say, is that old school Rams?
It is, yeah. So, who do you think of right away?
Well, uh, Marshall Falk.
Yep, the
Marshall
whole team.
Falk. That's
Kurt, Torrey, Isaac.
yeah. You know, great story of Kurt Warner. You know,
I
from
hate that
a
they beat us in the
grocery bagger,
playoffs.
but don't really have too much for them.
They were arguably the second best team
Tor-
in the NFL this year. Maybe they beat us, the second best team in the NFC record wise, and they played the Seahawks closer than the Patriots did.
right. Well, they scored more points on the Seahawks than any team did twice.
Exactly, exactly.
So,
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't have anything against them, other than they beat us in the playoffs this year. So if that happens again, I'm gonna have something against them.
right.
All right, two more. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I got the worst one. Shout out to our buddy Moose. He hates his team more than he probably hates any team on earth.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, Not America's team. Are they America's team anymore? I mean, you've got to win to be America's team,
no, no.
right?
I mean, it's been what 31 years since they've won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So current fans would be like, who's the most popular player on there? Micah Parsons. Oh, he don't play for him anymore. Dak Prescott. All right, he's hurt all the time. Now our age will name Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and all that, and Michael Irvin. But everyone else, they might have to name those too. There ain't no more relevant players other than the guy who's announcing right now, Tony Romo.
CD Lamb.
Yeah, okay, I was thinking about CD just because of this season how he was, but you're right. I missed over CD.
Uh, but one Cowboy I do love, Des Bryant.
He caught it.
He, I mean, he did catch it. Is
Yeah.
that just our generation George Pickens?
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah,
And that feels like a great comparison.
it is. It is. Except that those Dallas teams made the playoffs and won a couple, so won a couple games.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
what else we got? I got more, so we're gonna do another episode this week. But
yeah, we're getting on time. Though. I got the last comment right here. Here we go. Man, another team we can't stand because they're in our division, but we like them better than the Cowboys, maybe. Another Thanksgiving
Barry
special.
Sanders, Megatron, Barry Sanders and Megatron.
Yeah, yeah. I guess Matthew Stafford too, right? He's still probably their best quarterback of all time, and he's not on the team anymore. uh, I, I don't know any other great Lions quarterback. We even said shout out Dan Orlovsky running out of the back of the end zone. We shouted him out already.
Right? Um, and then I mean Amon Ra,
Amon Ra's a beast.
he
Jameer
carried
Gibbs and David Montgomery
he
was a beast.
Amon Ra carried my team to a tied for last place finish in fantasy. So
Heck yeah. Can we name
probably gonna be my keeper.
any ex UK players from these three teams? Because I can't off the top of my head.
I can name one for the Cowboys.
Who's that?
Kelvin Joseph.
Ooh, yeah. Shout out. What was his Twitter name?
It was a spicy one.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think of. We'll think of it,
YK
but
YK the vibe.
okay, yeah.
YK the vibe. You know the vibe.
The vibe, yeah. Shout out him, and I think Quentin Bohanna was maybe on that team too for a little bit. He got on the Cowboys for a season too.
He might currently be on.
He
Good pull
could,
there.
yeah. I just because he's got a dope name.
Uh, I don't know of any Kentucky. I know Josh. Did Josh Pascal play for the Lions?
Oh, another good pull. Yeah, I said I actually set beside him on a plane coming back from Florida. He was in the aisle across from me by himself, and I knew it was him because we were flying from Dallas, and he was wearing the NFL Draft Combine jumpsuit. Yeah, shout out Josh.
But that's
So
all I
yeah,
got. We're
all
gonna
right.
do another episode this week because I got a couple more tangents I want to get off, especially about Louisville
Oh
and
yeah.
them saying, "Oh, Michael Brown is a better point guard than
Oh,
John Wall."
yeah. We'll work on a list UK versus Louisville players because come on.
Well, we have to address the John Wall, Michael Brown thing, but we'll do that. I don't know. Another night this week. It'll be before the UK Florida game, but
Can we address the
I've got to
Michael
get
Brown
off
against
here.
most of our point guards? We'll leave it at that. Not just against John Wall, against other point guards too.
Oh yeah, bring it,
Yeah, I'm ready, buddy.
bring
All
it.
right.
But all right, well, go Cats, go Krogering. I got to get off here. It is well past my child's bedtime, and it's a school night. So
Yeah. Go Cats. Go Bears. Denim, denim, denim.
yep, did 'em.
yes,
We'll see y'all on the next one.
sir.